Oh yeah, we're reviewing this bad boy. Hey guys, it's Franklin Games, and this is going to be my review on Metroid Dread. Before we start, I have 5 categories I'm going to be basing this game on. Graphics, story, gameplay, music, and replayability. Let's get into it. With Dread being the last chapter of the Metroids, I have to say it's a pretty decent story with some twists that I really didn't see coming. It has a nice balance, explaining what happened in the past and letting you come to some conclusions yourself. The story wasn't overly complicated and does explain briefly what happened in the past Metroid games, so even new players can get into this series with minimal effort. Without ruining the story or telling you the story really at all, because spoilers, I can't really complain about the story in any way. Although I can't completely rave about the story either. It was a solid, good story. That's that. And one that I think will be remembered for its unique circumstances. For me, this is where the game starts to fall apart a bit. At first, the controls were fine. They were simple and easy to use. But as you get more upgrades and abilities, those simple controls start to become complicated. There's just so many things you can do. At times, I found myself confused on which button or buttons to press. Luckily, most of these moments were in low pressure situations, but it definitely took me out of the immersion of the game. That said, the rest of the gameplay was beautiful. It runs very smoothly, and for my 9 to 10-ish hours of playtime so far, I haven't really run into lag or dropped frames really at all, even in the more visually complex areas. Fair warning, the game is hard though, and you definitely will die tons of times in the E.M.M.I areas, boss battles, and even sometimes by just new enemies. But beating a section of the game you were previously stuck on is more often than not very rewarding. The music in Metroid Dread is superb. The entire game has this beautiful yet haunting weight to every section. In the title screen alone, you can just feel the dread slipping into your consciousness. And the E.M.M.I areas are quite possibly the best example of this, creating suspense and anxiety even before you enter their territory. Just like any other Metroid game, the music is one of the most memorable things about this title. There's really nothing to say but praise for this immaculate score. Whether you're exploring the first area or the last, this is by far the most beautiful game to date. Each area has its own personality with both familiar and alien elements. Every single thing from Samus herself to enemies to even the background is filled to the brim with detail, which makes the game just absolutely stunning to look at. The amount of detail they do put into Dread not only looks good, but also makes the world feel alive, which in turn makes you want to explore the world more and see what's just beyond that next door. In the main story, you have to backtrack multiple times in order to proceed. This definitely hurts the replayability the game has, because by the time you do finish, it seems like you've already replayed the game multiple times. It honestly has too much backtracking, so it suffers in this department. That being said, it is a good game. There's tons of things to collect and upgrade, and if you decide to backtrack, you always feel like you're progressing, unlike some other titles where you just feel stuck. Overall, it's a very solid title, and I'm extremely happy I got to play this game. So I'm giving it a 4.2 out of 5 stars. Now, I'm not a die-hard Metroid fan, but I believe that this game has the potential to break that 3 million unit barrier that plagued the other Metroid games. This game is proof that no matter how old an idea for a game is, Nintendo is still willing to make it. So there's still hope for you Earthbound and F-Zero fans. But anyways, this was my review on Metroid Dread. Tell me what you guys think, what you guys love about it, what you guys hate about it, and until next time guys, I'll see you later.